JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. For our wonderful teachers and educators, there is an enhancement to the deduction that you've had for a number of years. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to go ahead and put links to this in the body of the video. But under the new law that we're dealing with for 2020, when you go to prepare your tax return, hopefully you already knew, if you're a teacher, educator, that you can deduct up to $250 of the expenses. In essence, I'm really putting it into a nutshell, the expenses that you're spending out of your own pocket for, in essence, the classroom. Now, related to that, it's up to $250 per individual. If both the spouses, if you will, are teachers, then it's up to $500 for a married filing jointly return. But what has been added here is that the qualified expenses that do count for the expenses that you paid after March 12th of 2020, anything that was for any kind of personal protective equipment, disinfectant, or other supplies used for the prevention of the spread of coronavirus, in essence, of course, related to you being a teacher, educator. But when you're looking at that deduction and you're looking at, all right, I spent this money out of pocket, here's how you want to make sure that you got that deduction, because it shows up on Schedule 1. I'm just going to note to you in the link that I'm going to provide to you down here, you'll see that there is a link to Schedule 1 as well as a link then to Form 1040. So I'll give you one link and it'll be to this page here, and then you'll be able to link to this Schedule 1. But on Schedule 1, this is a plethora down here of adjustments to income, meaning deductions or reductions to your income. And there is the educator expense there. So this is where you'd want to make sure that if you have those expenses, that's where it showed up. If you're doing this yourself or you had somebody do the return for you, this is how you can double check by just looking on Schedule 1, make sure that the deduction is there. Now you add up all of those deductions to a total here, and then that right there shows up on your Form 1040. These are adjustments to income right there on Schedule 1. So it flows through that right there to get you a deduction, meaning it reduces down your income. It reduces down then, of course, your tax, hopefully then making some kind of an adjustment there to help you on your taxes, maybe make your refund just a little bit bigger. Thank you for all that you're doing. And know many of you are, in essence, putting yourself, if you will, in harm's way. I know that I would love it if this deduction was higher for you, not only for the new enhancements of being able to deduct the PPE, but also for the other amounts of money that you're spending. So the other thing I'm just going to note to you is that in the tax law that went into play in 2018, it did away with the miscellaneous itemized deductions, which is where teachers and educators were able to deduct the amount of expenses they were paying out of pocket above and beyond the $250 per individual. Now that no longer exists on the itemized deduction. So what our benefit is, I shouldn't say our, what your benefit is as a teacher or an educator is only on the Schedule 1. So hopefully when that law expires at the end of 2025, or if they make a change, you'll be able to see that you'll get back to being able to deduct all of the expenses that you are paying out of pocket on behalf of your students. So we appreciate that. But I definitely want to make sure that you're not missing out on this deduction. And if you have those other expenses, that they're getting included. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. Have a great day.